someone to save. I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while.
Yes, guys, welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well. It's another Liverpool show. This is all like a Liverpool team talk show, guys. We're going to be looking at basically who do we think should be playing against Arsenal and what Klopp will do with formation wise. Obviously, we saw that we played Rangers the other day and we changed to a 4-2-3-1. Worked out quite well for us. Will he stick to it, guys? Who will he pick in his midfield? We're going to get down to all that right now, guys, but let's hit the intro. Yes, guys, a big up to everyone. Welcome to another Liverpool show. Hope everyone's doing well. This is the Liverpool team talk. The Liverpool team talk, guys. So we're going to have a look at. I've got another prep match preview coming up later tonight where we're going to be looking at Arsenal more in depth and Liverpool more in depth. But this one's just more of a team talk, and Savage is here. Now, Klopp, Klopp's not Klopp without Pep Linders, and Jamie's not Jamie without Savage. There we
Come
go.
on, big vibes. What you saying, brother?
How you doing, mate? You good?
I'm all right, man. Big up the chat. I hope everyone's well. Yeah, I'm good, man.
Oh, yeah. So I was just saying, this is like a team talk session.
Come on.
I've got my match preview tonight, 8 p.m. You around for that?
Yeah, I should be definitely free for that because there's that gap between between wrestling and doing nothing.
Yeah.
That it's in that gap, and it's just gonna help me out. To be fair, I flipping hate that gap of waiting.
Yeah.
Flipping 1 o'clock streams.
When you got something coming up, you can't wait to watch, and then you got that.
Yeah, man. Flipping killer, bro. You start thinking to yourself, should I go sleep and then try wake up? But it's a bad idea. That
no, because you don't wake up. That's the thing.
Nah, you don't wake up, or you come on stream looking like a zombie, bro. So
yeah. I'm used to having little naps. If I have like an hour nap, I am terrible. I might as well have not slept. I'm awful.
Yeah. See, my sleep pattern is no joke. I get about 2.5 hours of sleep a day, properly. That's the nighttime sleep, and then I'll have maybe 2 10-minute naps. But the 10-minute naps make me feel like energized, bro. It's weird.
I've just noticed your name is Hugo El Phantasma, and if no one knows, if you watched SmackDown last night, you might. I think that's why it's gone now.
Nah, bro, this is actually my name in the group last week as well.
Oh,
they copied me.
I can't remember because it's so many.
Yeah. Come on.
Big up, Mohammed. How you doing? Look at Fab. Bloody hell! Yeah, the picture I put in the thumbnail of Henderson and Fab were not docked in any way. They were legitimate photos, and they do look. Yeah, they do look bad. They do look bad. Big up to Beery. Big up Alan, Gary, Edward, Bailey in the house. Panoff, how you doing, mate? John, the link's in the chat if you want to come in, mate. Big up Ryan, Gary. Hope everyone's doing well. And Beery, Savage with a Spanish. What's next? Libre channel.
Hey, leave me alone, man. Come on, Zabiri.
And Nacho.
Zabiri, don't come for me, bro. Where's your YouTube channel? How about that? He's the only man I know in the world who's brought all the equipment for YouTube and hasn't used it.
He's got it all stored in his lockup. Big up Ravi. This is one of my favourite names. MJG window cleaning. Love it. Big Man City fan. This is a thing we've got to talk about as well. Big up 6 times. A lot of neutral fans actually want Liverpool to win, which is a madness. It's a madness. No one likes Arsenal.
Let's be honest, man. Let's rip the band-aid off this whole Arsenal thing, bro. I don't think most people, apart from Man U and Tottenham, hate Arsenal's team, the club. But everybody hates Arsenal fans, bro.
Yeah, it's the fan base. The club's a nice club. It's the fan base.
Bro, when we were not very good, I used to enjoy watching Arsenal play football a lot. They played the best football and stuff like that.
They certainly did.
And then, obviously, there was a birth of fan channels, bro. And as soon as fan camp started...
Oh, man. Have you heard Arsenal fans all week, Chloe? Have you heard them yesterday and today, this morning? Oh, my God, they're giddy. Now, I'm not a big thing on combined 11s because I find it a bit of a... I think it's more of a gimmick than anything, a combined 11. So I'm not big on them. But when I've been watching these combined 11 shows recently, I've been watching a few of it. Some of them only got 3 Liverpool players in it. And I can get it because Arsenal are in better form at this moment in time. But if you take form out the window and legitimately do player for player, Liverpool still have better players in the team. I mean, it's...
These Arsenal fans think they got better players than us, bro.
Well, yeah, most of the combined 11s only have like 3 or 4 Liverpool players in at the moment.
Okay.
I think they're going on form. Look, they're in great form, but if I was to do a combined 11...
How is that fair, though? If you're going to go on form, then that means Liverpool, none of our team get in there.
Yeah, well, and
they've only lost one game.
I think AFTV did it sort of the best. They were quite fair about it, but they were sort of like... The way I look at it, if you're going to do a combined 11, you've got to go, who would you... If you've got a game tomorrow and you've got a choice of both teams you look at, what 11 do you hang your hat on? That's why I look at it. What 11 do you hang your hat on and go, right, these are the players I need in?
That's a hard one, yeah, because if Liverpool click back into form tomorrow, it'd be quite easy for me to pick our defence. Alisson's going to be in anyone's.
Yeah, I mean, that's not even an argument. Although some did try and argue it.
What, Ramsdale? That is the most overrated goalkeeper in the Premier League, bro. He does stupid stuff every game. Every game he does something stupid, bro.
I mean, it's just... Look, if I was going to do a combined 11, there would be Arsenal players in it. I might have Martinelli over Diaz at the moment, you know. I really do like
No chance.
I do like Martinelli, but it all depends how you want to play as well. Do you want to play
Diaz is the one person I'm not taking out of that team.
Do you play Klopp's way or Arteta's way? This is what I'm saying with combined 11s. It's just a gimmick to get...
If I'd done a combined 11 on form and with talent in the back of my mind as well, because the problem is on standard, that means Van Dijk wouldn't get in the team, innit? Because you'd pick Matip and Saliba. Let's be honest, bro.
Yeah, you would on form, but
yeah.
It's walking into a combined 11.
I hear these men trying to say Tini and that. Nah, bro. They don't get their left back in there either, and they definitely don't get Ben White over Trent, so that's not happening.
No, this is the thing.
Odegaard can go in.
Yeah,
Thiago can go in, and maybe Xhaka because they've been better this season. Yeah. Or they can have Xhaka or Partey for Fabinho's position. It's up to them. And then the strikers, listen, just stop the foolishness, bro. Like, there's no way. there's no way. I'm picking Saka
over Salah, does he?
And Diaz has been our best player, bro. So
yeah,
they can have who's centre forward for them. Oh yeah, Jesus can go in. He can have the number 1 spot. Yeah, there you go. That's a fair team. Yeah. I think they've got 6 and we've got 5. That's fine. But anything else, I ain't trying to hear it, bro.
Bailey says here, combined 11 should be done by neutrals. It probably should because. Yeah, but then you get some neutrals. Liverpool are hated, don't they? So,
neutrals don't exist when you're talking about Liverpool. People either hate us. Yeah.
4-2-3. Odegaard and Jesus. Odegaard and Jesus. Yeah. I'd probably look.
Them two would get in for me anyway.
This is what I'm saying. If Liverpool, I mean, I can't wait for tomorrow's game. I can't wait to do the watch along. I think it's going to be a cracking game as well. But I I want to do the after night podcast on Sunday at 10 p.m. if no one's known yet, with the biggest smile on on my face when we do that show Sunday night. Because I'll tell you what, I know we don't talk about football on that show, but
of course
there will be some mentions.
I'll be late to that show tomorrow. I'll be an hour late.
You gotta be an hour late.
I'm at Thingy, innit? I'm at Horse of the Year show tomorrow with my missus.
Horse of the Year show?
Yeah, my missus is a Thingy, innit? She used to do equestrian riding and that, so
wow.
It's until
Wait.
It's until 11, I think. No, it's until 10:30, something like that. So by the time I drop, get back, and that'll be that time. I'm still jumping on. However long's left, I'm jumping on.
Yeah, sweet. No worries about that. Horse of the Year show. That's cool, man. Is it up your ways?
Yeah. It's at the Gentings Arena, like NEC. Sick though. I went with her before. It's actually dope. I weren't that interested going. I'll just support my missus in it. She does that with me in football. And then when I went, I was like, yo, this is sick, bro. Because obviously they're doing getting all the horses to do all this mad stuff. I'm like, yo, this is kind of nuts still. So yeah, man. It's a birthday present. I got her tickets on it. So
wicked, mate.
I'll run down. But yeah, man. But we'll beat Arsenal. You know what I mean? I'll save it for later when I come on. But fuck Arsenal twice, bro. I'm not worried about them at all. Like, you see me post it on Twitter. I don't care if you click me up. You know, I might post on Twitter later. I might post, if Arsenal beat us, I will delete my Twitter, bro. They're not going to beat us, bro. They're not going to. I don't care if everyone's worried, bro. We won't lose to them. You guys don't want to come to the Emirates.
Oh, have you seen it? Yeah, you don't.
Bro, last season, you didn't want to go to the Emirates. What are you talking about? You've only just started liking your team. Well done. You started liking your team after 7 games.
I have found atmosphere for the first time since they've moved to the Emirates.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen them cheer or make noise. It's mad. Like, if we do beat them tomorrow, I'm usually a nice guy, but I'm not going to be a nice guy tomorrow.
I'm sending for everyone, bro.
Sunday night, I'm not going to be a nice guy. I'm coming for people because there's too much talk going on. Too much. People, Arsenal fans are talking like we're, I don't know, West Bromwich Albion. That we've got no threat. Like, it's easy. Like, this is a walk. And it's just,
the thing is, I always want to be like unbiased and just say, listen, of course, within your own fan base, you should enjoy that you're winning football matches. But at the moment, that's all you should be enjoying, just winning football matches. Right now in the season, bro, this doesn't mean anything, bro. Like, and it's not because I hate Arsenal. It's because this happens every season. I watched it with Chelsea last season. I watched it with Man U the season before. You know what I mean? It happens, bro. People win games and lose games. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you can only be what's in front of you, and the league is the league. And I'm not going to be one of these to say, like, you know, the people who said that when Leicester won the league, they only won because the league was shit. No, they didn't. They won because they deserved to win the league. That's pretty simple.
The league, yeah.
But at the moment, the teams that usually would be in and around Arsenal are not playing very well. And they're not playing up to like regular standards. Chelsea, Liverpool, and Tottenham. Tottenham been getting wins, but they've been playing poor. Liverpool and Chelsea haven't been very good at all. Man U they didn't start well, and then they won, and then they lost, and now they're, you know, back under their stone, them and Ronaldo. And Man City's been doing Man City things.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fine, man. Enjoy it. But I'm just saying, bro, it makes for a bigger fall. You build yourself up like this, it's gonna be, I swear, at the end of the season, I will come for these guys, bro.
Yeah. Definitely. And then the manager calling for his head not long ago. Yeah, no, it's just a few losses and Arsenal will be back. People are out in NRP too much indeed. Yes.
They got Man City twice next season, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean next year. That's how it works now.
In fact, if Arteta doesn't get top 4 after all this, he'll be gone. I think Arsenal get top 4, but it's just that Arsenal are still. I don't want to talk too much about Arsenal because I'm doing that later, but they deserve to be where they are. They deserve to be where they are at the moment. They're playing really well.
But where they are is top of the table after 8 games or 7 games, bro. That is it, bro.
They're playing really well. And look, I can't go after them too much at the moment because they're playing nice football as well. But I do see things in their game where I think they're still a bit naive and stuff. Yeah,
they just want, these Arsenal fans want respect all the time. I respect your manager. I told everyone this in pre-season when everyone laughed at me and said Arteta was a good manager. Everyone laughed. That's fine.
We're going third in that preview.
Yeah. But like, I respect the manager. I respect the players individually. I think they're good talent in the team and they're young and all that. But I don't respect your fan base, bro. And you're not going to get me to just say all these nice things about Arsenal just because you've won 6 games out of 7 or some rubbish like that. Whoop-de-doo, bro. I wasn't even talking. Bro, we've watched Man City win like flipping 12 out of 13 and shit like that, or 15 in a row. And I ain't been jumping on them going, well done, Man City. Incredible for... Nah, fuck yous, like, bruv. You are rivals. Piss. I swear to God, I'm not even... Listen, Arsenal, you're not beating us. Simple as clip it up. I don't care. Put it anywhere. If Arsenal beat us, I would delete my Twitter. 100%. Allow it.
I don't think we're losing to neither. Arteta has spent almost 400 million. They should be competing. Yeah, exactly. Big up, John. How you doing, mate?
I'm not bad, mate. Thank you very much for having me on, as always, mate. Always a pleasure being on your show.
What one of your 27 rooms are you in today?
I'm just in my own wee space.
Your big open space.
My own wee space, just quiet.
That's it. You been all right, though?
I'm all good, mate. How's you? How's the family?
Yeah, everyone's doing well, mate. The kids are having a nap, so life's good at the moment.
Hope Penny's well, and she's doing.
Yeah,
hopefully,
Penny's doing.
Fingers crossed, she'll get home very soon.
Yeah, man.
Penny's doing good, guys. Penny's doing good. John, that kit is amazing. I bought the new fur kit yesterday. Finally had my size in stock, so got that straight away. Yeah, look, football kits and sizes are weird, man. I'll go up and down in sizes depending on the fit.
Yeah,
That's a different.
Football kits are mad. Yeah, I don't care. I'm a big bone guy, so I don't care. But like in the New Balance, I was an extra large in the New Balance kits. In the Nike kits, I'm a double XL. You just my arms and shoulders and back don't fit in them. I squeeze it in like that. It's ridiculous. But in New Balance, I prefer New Balance kits anyway. New Balance kits are better.
I wouldn't mind being done with Nike soon, man.
I don't like Nike. I've never actually bought Nike anything in my life.
The thing is, as a kid, I always wanted Liverpool to be sponsored by Nike.
Yeah, I think Nike is a kid's brand, like.
I just
when they sponsored Arsenal and Man U when we was kids and that, I mean, to be fair, there's something going on with Arsenal and kits, bro. Because people always make them nice kits. Doesn't matter what brand it is.
Yeah, no,
they've got the best
Adidas,
kits, bro.
Yeah,
Adidas, Nike. That doesn't matter.
I wish they'd move back to Adidas, because if they move back to Adidas, then they'll be able to bring out the actual proper red shirt.
Look at John saying it the Scouse way, Adidas.
Yeah. I wish New Balance. I like New Balance. New Balance
what's other people call it? It's Adidas.
Yeah. Scousers call it Adidas, don't they? I'm a Southerner, so I call it Adidas. But
you don't call it Adidas. It's not.
Don't get me started, bro. Because you know that I'm a history buff, bro. It's Adidas, bro. It's a fact.
It's not Adidas. It's Adidas.
What do the Germans call it? Because it's their thing.
Adidas.
It's Adidas.
His name, bro. The geezer's name's Adidasler. This is what you're talking about, bro. It's literally.
It's Adidas.
Hey. Savage fact of the week. Did you know? Adidasler. Did you know that his brother is the person who started Puma?
Yeah, apparently so. And
what a beautiful... I mean, I was about to say what a beautiful family, but they're both Nazis. It's not the point. But you know what I'm saying.
They were both owners of Adidas, and then something happened to split.
Puma started first, didn't it?
The
and then he moved across to Adidas.
The only brother rivalry I know is it's not even football related; it's food related. It is Caspers and Creams. They're the only two brother rivalries I know. So the brothers opened up Creams ice cream parlor.
Yeah.
And then the other brother wanted to do things differently. He went off and made Caspers, and Caspers is far better if you go to either. But that's the only brother rivalry.
I mean, I was about to big up the Adidas dons in it, but obviously,
I love Adidas.
We know what the first uniform they made was.
Yeah.
Something to do with Hitler, bro, and just.
Yeah. It was a bit. It's yeah.
All I'm saying is the makers of Adidas, they wouldn't be very happy me wearing their stuff, bro. No.
You're not there. I don't think.
I'm not the demographic
they wanted to make it for.
Fucking hell! I only said I like fucking Adidas. Now you're going fucking pure dark on us.
Come on, man. You already know, bro. History lesson of the week, bro. You know that.
Oh dear. What's that? Rage and Potty now. How you doing, mate? Hey guys, has Conor Ben been on the Anfield? I've got stuff on Sunday night to talk about Conor Ben, man. Because Oh man, that's just. Oh, here, hang on. Right, everyone, put your masks on. Everyone, mask up. Everyone, put your masks on. COVID cabs in the house.
Oh shit!
You know what? How long you been on stream? Because that's how long it's took me to get upstairs.
Jesus Christ, mate. How you
man.
feeling?
Yeah, no, I'm okay actually. It comes in waves.
This man is the
You
walking virus.
You sound all bunged up. You sound all nasally.
Do you know what I'm pissed off about? Is
You're not so contagious, are you?
I went downstairs to thought, oh, there'll be a 12:30 kickoff. There's no 12:30 kickoff.
No,
That's
no
why I
12:30,
did this video. That's why I did this video at 1:30 because I knew there was no 12:30 game.
The only day that I'm stuck in the house. I've cancelled all my plans this weekend, and there's no football on.
Well, if there was a 12:30 game, would you either have no 12:30 game or Leicester versus West Ham?
No, I'd rather have a game, mate.
Or come on here.
So, yeah,
man, gathering it with myself. Yeah, everyone's getting a bit of it's coming out winter as well, which don't help. Everyone's getting the winter flus as well. I'm all right. I'm made of stronger stuff. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't really get sick like that, man.
How you feeling anyway, Cav? You're okay.
yeah. No, I'm okay. Like I was worse yesterday than I am today. I feel a bit better today, to be fair. But I've had it 3 times. This is the 3rd time I've had it.
You and your contractors, eh? You and your contractors.
Yeah.
Has your missus got it as well?
No, she's fine. She's
Mad
She's a nurse doing it.
Yeah, she's got a CrossFit competition. She's there at the minute, but like I'm gonna be in some trouble because all last night she was like pandering to me and stuff. This morning she went to the shop, got me some food, got me a drink. She was like, "You just chill out today, play some FIFA and stuff." I was like, "Yeah, I can't come late or whatever." She's gonna come home and see that I'm doing this, and she's gonna flip.
Motherfucker.
If you walk in the room and that we'll all freeze and you just play dead, bro, and we won't move. So you left on the screen from earlier.
Oh man, Cat, right, you're feeling better soon, mate. Anyway,
Cheers.
Savage J in the crew when you're linking up with Saint. I actually messaged Saint today, but he's to come on for tonight's show, but he is busy tonight.
Yeah, me and Saint are cool still. I like Saint. It's just that everyone's people content like the streams are never ending with people in it, so it's hard to.
It's hard to always get everyone together.
But I'll just go into my YouTube thing and then the algorithm just says everyone's live on different channels. I'm like, okay, this is crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's just find the time to go live when someone else ain't live now is almost impossible.
And then you got Monts who goes live at like 1 a.m. and that, bro, like it's WWE.
Monts
said this to Cav the other day, man.
Monts
Monts will message you at 12:30 at night and he'll be like, "Yo, Savage, you free to come on?" Nah, motherfucker, bro. I got a life. I need to sleep, bro. You talking about freaking 12:30 and that, man?
Oh,
Shit,
you gotta love Monts. You gotta love
Nah,
Monts.
he's a G still. He's a G. He's the
So
smallest
guys-
tall person I've ever seen. Anyway,
He's the biggest small person.
he looks like he's a small person, bro.
Yeah, he's 6'1" though, isn't
That's crazy.
he? That's what they say about me. Everyone thinks I'm over 6 foot and Mark 5'7". It's just...
Yeah, you
I
and
don't believe
Monts
that
have got the
for a
opposite,
second.
bro. Because I thought
Yeah,
he
I
was
don't
tall
believe
and
it for a
Monts was small.
second.
Is he actually 6'1"? Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
Monts
Monts-
is 6 foot
Monts
plus, bro.
is tall, man.
Really?
He looks,
He-
yeah,
Wow.
He's
but he looks like he's a
bones,
small
though, isn't he?
person, isn't it?
Jimmy,
Yeah,
you're at least 6 foot.
I'm not. I'm 5'7", man. I'm tiny.
I don't believe it for a second.
I'm wider than I am long.
Oh,
I'm like one of them really girthy small cocks. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Jeez.
This ain't Sunday, bro.
This is
yeah,
not
I was about to say, this is not Sunday. It's not Sunday.
Right. That's the way someone called me anyway. Once in a pub, and I've never forgot that. He did. That's how someone described me in the pub once. So okay. All right.
What the fuck were you doing in the pub?
I don't know. It was called the Pink Flamingo, so I might have been in the wrong place.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Is this the After Dark podcast, or is this?
Yeah, I know. We'll save it for Sunday because I've got one hell of a story Sunday as well.
Oh, shit.
It happened to me while I was up London visiting Penny this week. Oh, it was Jesus Christ, yeah.
Right, I'm interested. I'm interested just now. Can we tell the story just now?
No, I'm going to save it for Sunday because it's too good.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Jim.
Save it for Sunday, Jay. And anyone in the chat that's not subscribed to that channel, go and subscribe and then tune in to find out the story.
Make sure you subscribe that channel.
Hey, Cav's a businessman, you know. That's great marketing.
That's all we'll do. Every Liverpool stream, we'll just plug the other show.
I've got to pay Cav a bit more. You know. Yeah. Right, guys, let's talk about Liverpool Football Club. It's Arsenal. We're going to do sort of a team talk sort of thing. So I've got on the thing on the who should play, because obviously we had the Rangers game. He changed formation, changed tactics. Obviously, Fabinho didn't play, and that's the main thing for me. Fabinho didn't play, and Henderson came in. Now, obviously, Fabinho and Klopp had that little bit of a, argument on the pitch, which I don't think's anything being made great deal of. It was just
means nothing.
Klopp wanted the instructions over to Fabinho, and Fabinho weren't listening to him, so Klopp gave him an earful.
Yeah,
nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. And then there's obviously he got dropped for the game. And at this moment in time, so to come to you, this midfield dilemma we're all having this season, it looked a lot better against Rangers.
Yeah.
As I say, I'm not taking this thing as, it was only Rangers, when this is a Rangers team that got to a European final last season.
Yeah.
Beat PSV to get to the Champions League as itself.
Facts.
And, I've seen teams like Sheriff beat Real Madrid in the Champions League.
Yeah.
I saw a team I've never even heard of, the other day, almost beat Man United in Europa League. So,
the Omnicom team.
Yeah. Another COVID virus team. I've never. I'm not going to say, it's just Rangers. You can't. So, do you think Fabinho comes back into his team against Arsenal, or do you think that Henderson-Thiago partnership, if it stays the formation, stays as it is?
I'll keep the exact same team, bro.
Yeah.
We've chopped and changed the season because of outcomes of games, which is probably not always the best thing to do, but I understand why Klopp's done it, because urgency in it to start getting points back on the board. So if something's not going right, you don't have the time to wait. You got to change it. And I think, even without this formation change and stuff like that, and with everyone fit, we started to say that Fab and Hendo should be starting to rotate in that position either way. And Hendo's a little bit more mobile than Fab. They both have different traits in it. When Fab's on it, you can read the game better than Henderson, but at the same time, like not being mobile against a young, fast team, it's just not Fabinho's thing. And I just think going forward, it shouldn't be that either. They play very direct Arsenal. Like Fabinho will probably be better against Man City. No joke, he'll probably be better against Man City if he's on it, because they're passing the ball around and they're not as direct. You know what I mean? But with Arsenal, bruv, the way they've been starting matches and stuff like that, yeah, I'll play Henderson, and I need his leadership on the pitch as well. He's on it. Hendo's.
I agree, Kev.
I suppose the question is, who do you trust? Who do you believe out of Fabinho and Henderson's got more energy, more legs to get around the pitch? It's a tough one to answer, actually. I would probably go with Henderson and like Savage, just keep the same team. What Savage and I both done there is actually say that keep the same formation as well. But I know it was Rangers, and some people might believe that they're not a particularly strong side, but that's the same thing you hear when Liverpool were beating every team every week. It's like, it's only Burnley or it's only Southampton. Well, we're drawing to them now, so you can't just pick and choose when you believe these teams are good or not. I think they were I thought they were poor on the night, but I think they're actually a good test for any side, Rangers. I would just roll out the same. I said this previously, like if we have an opportunity just to put the same players out there with the same tactics, just do it. Just some consistency, and make it very clear which each player, what their role is and where they're expected to be. And just keep it really simple and just let the quality of the players come through. I think if you begin to chop and change now, it's going to be very hard to implement and like really nail down that tactic. Even though I think Fabinho could do the job of what Henderson's going to do. I just think just give yourselves the best chance, roll out the same tactics, roll out the same players. So for that reason, I'd stick with Henderson, assuming Thiago is okay and will play.
Yeah,
Good point, John.
Yeah, I want to go back to what you were saying about Rangers, or Jamie.
Yeah.
Is Rangers being everyone knows Rangers my second club. You never underestimate this Rangers team, especially in Europe. Rangers in Europe are a completely different kettle of fish. I'm really worried about the game at Ibrox.
Yeah.
Ibrox is very similar to Anfield. The atmosphere is something you will never experience in your life.
Yeah, good point.
It is that loud, is that noisy. I've seen teams show up at Ibrox, good team, quality teams, and they don't know what to do. They just freeze at Ibrox. The atmosphere there is absolute quality. People going to that Rangers game, people underestimated. They seen the keeper McGregor, and they looked at his age, 40. Al McGregor is a top quality goalkeeper. He's probably one of the most underrated goalkeepers there's ever been. I've been saying it for years. McGregor deserves to play for a better team, a bigger club. He's that good of a goalkeeper. I would literally take, if you were to offer me McGregor tomorrow as Liverpool's number 2, I would take him. He's that good of a goalkeeper. But going against Arsenal, like Sally says, I would go with the exact same team. I wouldn't not change a thing. I would go with the exact same formation, the exact same team. Only thing I maybe do you maybe bring Kanate in for this game?
Yeah, he's a good shout. The Kanate shout is a good shout. Well, I'm not sure because he hasn't played yet this season. Could be a bit of like he might be a bit undercooked.
I understand he hasn't played, but the reason I'm thinking Kanate is if you bring him in, just for the physical side of the game, just to put something on Arsenal at the very beginning of the game, just let Arsenal know who they're up against, who they're playing against. Just let Arsenal know we aren't here to be rolled over. We're here to play our game. We're here to win the game.
It's tough though, isn't it? Because like I do slightly agree with you, John, but Arsenal aren't particularly their forwards aren't particularly physical. Like they want to get in and around you and play the ball in and around the box, look for them through balls, play 1-2s, take you on. I would argue that Matip's probably the best reader of the game, aside from Virgil. Know when to step out, know when to drop off. His positioning in that centre back, right side centre back, is probably the best out of Kanate and Gomez. So I don't know. I love Kanate, and like if he was fully fit and had played previously, I would agree. Like put him in, but then I would say he's the go-to guy for us moving forward anyway. So I would always choose him. But I would stick with Matip purely because Kanate hasn't played, and like I say, Matip, you need really intelligent defenders for this game because they have really intelligent forwards. Their movement is brilliant, and like their link-up play is brilliant. They're so fluid. At times, Matip will be covering Trent and he'll be trying to defend off Martinelli, but then he might be in other occasions trying to defend off against Jesus. They'll be interchanging. So you need defenders that can read the game and know where to be and understand all of that. And I think he, like I say, aside from Virgil, he's the next best guy to do that.
I totally agree with what you're saying there, but I just feel that if you play Kanate lane, if he puts that physical challenge in from early on against like Jesus, against Martinelli, then that could scare off Arsenal.
Right. I mean, the Kanate thing is a thing we need to talk about later tonight as well. But I was just looking on something. Sorry, I was a bit drawn to something. I was just watching what the Sky Sports pundits were just saying about this Liverpool game a minute ago on Gillette Soccer Saturday. And they're going Van Dijk or Saliba. This ain't a joke, by the way. They're picking
understand what you mean.
Saliba. They're picking Saliba over Van Dijk, and
That's
Michael
bullshit.
Dawson
That is
and a
bullshit.
couple of the others on Sky Sports Let's Talk Saturday just now. The pundits on there. I just said that you can't call Van Dijk a great because he hasn't done it long enough.
Fuck off.
He's not up there with your John Terrys and that. What the disrespect Van Dijk gets is I don't get. I watched Van Dijk when we won the Champions League and Premier League that year when he came runner-up in Ballon d'Or and should have won it. Arguably have the best season I've ever seen a centre-back have, ever.
Jimmy, sorry, we're talking about a defender that has won every single trophy in England.
It's just, I don't think you have to do it for 10 years like John Terry. But if you've done it for 4 years and then 4 years you were better than John Terry for 10 years, what's it matter if you've been doing it for a longer distance?
Exactly.
So Wes Brown has got more I think he's got 2 Champions Leagues and more Premier Leagues than Virgil van Dijk. Is he a better defender because he's been doing it longer?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point, yeah.
This thing of you can't call Van Dijk a great because he ain't done it long enough. But every pundit calls Jaap Stam a great who was only at Man United for 2 seasons.
That's true.
Facts.
So I don't get it. All this debate about Virgil all the time. Can't call him this, you can't call him that. Yeah. But every time I hear people talk about centre backs, it's that you can't be like a John Terry because he hasn't done it long enough. And then when you talk about the best centre backs in Premier League era, they always put Jaap Stam as number 1 or a Vidic as number 1, and they weren't. Vidic, I think he's been there at the same time as Van Dijk now. Van Dijk in England has been here longer than Vidic for Man United. But Jaap Stam was only playing for Man United for 2.5, 3 seasons, and then he got sold. So, but they called him an all-time great. So how can you the disrespect on Van Dijk? I don't get it. I just don't understand.
I'm sure you can find footage on these same pundits saying Van Dijk's the best in the world from like 2. You know it, man. These lot just change based on how.
It's Sky Sports just becoming a clickbait show now, where they don't do punditry anymore and they're just living in the moment because he's not in form at the moment. William Saliba's in great form. William Saliba's the best young defender of the Premier League. I've got no problem saying that. William Saliba at 21 probably is better than Virgil at 21 when Virgil was 21. But that doesn't mean Saliba's going to be as good as Virgil when he's 30 years old, because people can decline.
Weird.
It's just
the reason why Saliba was on loan before. Why didn't I have him in the squad the whole time?
It's like the Trent Alexander-Arnold argument. A couple of years, last season, pundits were saying Trent is the best right back in the world.
Yep.
Now I'm hearing people saying that Reece James is the best right back in the world.
Oh, because he had a decent game against.
Because he won a decent game, or he's a few decent games, whatever.
It's just
don't talk shit. Don't come at me like that there, because that's just bullshit.
I think, look, with the Reece James Trent stuff, I think Reece James is a fabulous footballer. I really
do. He's quality.
I think Reece James is almost at a world-class level at right back for his age. There's no doubt about it.
Yes.
Right, but I've always said this about Reece James. Reece James is probably a better defender than Trent, no doubt about it, right? But Trent's ability is better than Reece James's ability for me. Reece James is a tremendous defender, great in his position. Everyone keeps forgetting, though, since Reece James came into the Chelsea fold, he doesn't play in the same position as Trent, which always annoys me.
No, he hardly plays right back, bro.
He plays right wing back or right midfield. That's basically his position. That's why he's in the box a lot to score goals. Trent plays right back. So you can't compare him like that. But it just annoys me. This Virgil van Dijk stuff just annoys me that, he's having a bad season. But it's just like, he's still a fabulous footballer. And as I said,
Jimmy,
I saw him at the best centre-back.
His bad season should have happened last season.
Yeah. And he came back.
He should have had his bad season last year.
Yeah, and by the way, we're talking about a centre-back that's been at Liverpool now for 5 years and he's never lost in the Premier League at Anfield.
Well, I said this the other day, man. Virgil's like mistakes and stuff when you go back and watch, when not in the while you're watching the game and the emotion of it, when you go watch it back when it doesn't mean anything anymore, you realize the mistakes ain't even that bad. It's just because Virgil's level so high.
Yeah,
When Virgil drops off, he's still better than most centre backs in the Prem anyway. Even at making mistakes. No, like look how we acted when he gave a penalty away. Like defenders don't give penalties away. It was like, oh my God, I can't believe Virgil, you got done there. We didn't really get that done by Mitrovic. That's what strikers do, isn't it? They try and wiggle around. He was off balance. He fouled someone, but everyone acted like he'd done the worst thing ever. Just remember that when we won the league that season, and this is a fact, and you can go for all these people were saying that Laporte was Man City's best centre back, and he was the best in the league at the time, and that's the reason why they didn't win the league because he got injured. Then he came back the next season. They played John Stones and Diaz. And now all of a sudden, Laporte's nothing at all. He's just nobody. He's shit now. And he was great for one of them seasons. So was Diaz. In the COVID season, Diaz was great at centre back. But I'm saying like Saliba's 7 games in. These men at least done a whole season. Just calm down a little bit. No one's saying Saliba's not dope and he's not good enough. But the reason why you had him out on loan in the first place, well, there has to be a reason. And if you got the best centre back in the league, why would you put him on loan in France?
Yeah,
does it make any sense, bro? Having his friends bash off behind him and that, bro. Sort that out, by the way. I saw that video, bro. That's dodgy.
I think what this is highlighting is like for us, it's a frustrating time for us Liverpool fans because like all of our players are being like picked apart, and like you can criticize some of their performances. We all have after every game we've kind of watched this season, but it's still only 7 games in the league, and now we're having these massive scale conversations about. Are they a Premier League great? Are they even a decent right back? This and that. You're like, we've been doing it for 4 or 5 years, and then after 8 games, we're having these conversations now. These should take place at the end of the year, not now. You know. And one thing I'd just say without going on is, when it comes to right backs, right? If you line up all the right backs that have played in the league, Trent and Reece James are at the very, very top of that list.
Yes.
Maybe not number 1. They might not be your first, second, or third choice, but they're definitely in the top 5. So why are we even doing this? You know, they're incredible. Yes, they have their flaws, but all players have their flaws. The thing is, Trent more than Reece James, there's a responsibility on them to take risks in their team, and they do that, and they have the confidence, and they back themselves. And the output is much greater than what we lose through Trent. And I'd say Chelsea would probably argue the same. I remember watching Chelsea at parts this season thinking he's their only creative outlet, like the only one.
And they know that as well.
And if he makes a mistake in 1 or 2 games, I'm sure they'll accept that as well. Because what you're going to do? Chop him in for somebody else? No.
I agree.
They're both,
I agree with you, man. I think Reece James is incredible, bro.
It's incredible.
There's no need for everyone to constantly compare them. We all know what's going to happen. Liverpool fans are going to say Trent's better. Chelsea fans are going to say Reece is better. And then depending on how all the rival fans feel on that day, they'll pick and choose between them and that. But we've got 2 great English right backs, bro. And they've both been doing it a bit now. Because when Reece James was on loan at Wigan, he was playing the exact same, bro. Just that nobody was watching him. He's playing the exact same. He's dope, bro.
Talented boy.
But they do make it, Chelsea. They're starting to look one-dimensional, using him down that one wing all the time because I can see that everything goes for him, and that's why.
Well, that's what we've done with Trent for 5 years.
Yeah, well, Chelsea fans said it. I know, and that's the thing. They've just copied in a good way, by the way. I'm not saying they've imitated us, but if you speak to Chelsea fans, they feel the same way about Chilwell. That's why when he got injured last season, they were all, and I was like, you're trying to tell me that Ben Chilwell not playing is the reason why you're not playing good, but they really believed it. And you watch when he plays, and it offers a certain balance, which is like Robbo and Trent at the heights, and it's not a problem, man. Reece James won the Champions League already as well, and he's still young. So
he's a good player. He's a quality player. They're all quality players. It's just that they just make things set out. I mean, you were right, and everyone needs Savage and an apology as well. By the way, whoever doubted him when he said this.
What did I say?
About Kyle Walker's legs going, because guess who's injured and out for till probably missed the World Cup now.
Bro, it was literally based on one. I saw him in the bathroom in Birmingham, drinking some stuff, and then 2, like you literally just go back through Kyle Walker's stats back through the season and that, and he seems to drop off like 5 games every season, which isn't massive when you play for Man City because they've got such a top team. But I just noticed that when we played against them last season, remember Mane just standing him up and doing him when Mane wasn't on good form. And I'm like, his legs are going a bit. And then that Real Madrid game told me everything because he was falling apart and Pep carried on playing him when he got back up. And, you know, you don't normally associate Pep running people into the ground, but Walker is one of those that he's such a cheat code that when they come up against certain teams, he does run himself into the ground for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not the greatest defender, but he uses his speed to how he should, and it makes him great. So, you know what I mean? He probably deserves a bit more respect as a right back, to be honest.
Yeah, with Walker injured now and probably missing the World Cup, I do think, because I actually think Trent weren't going to the World Cup. I think he was going to take Trippier, Walker, and Reece James as his three right backs.
Yep, 100%.
And because Reece James and Walker can also play centre back if he wanted to go to a free. So I don't think he was going to take Trent to the World Cup. Now that Walker's injured, Trent will go to the World Cup, but he won't play.
I still don't believe he goes to the World Cup.
He'll have to now.
I know it's not our choice, but if
he takes Ben White, if he takes Ben White as the right back over Trent to the World Cup,
no way.
I'll just give up on England then.
I think he might because
Ben White.
I think he might.
There is a lot of rumours that he might at the moment.
The thing, when you think about it, like Trent is a right back, right? And Southgate ain't going to play him anywhere other than right back. And he ain't going to play him because he don't favour him. So what's he going to choose? To take that guy that he knows there's no game in the World Cup where he'll fancy putting him in, or taking someone like Ben White that can also cover centre back, and then that just gives him an option in case there's like a bit of an injury issue at centre back or whatever. It's just
flipping how Ben White.
Yeah, I think he's
roommate, bro.
I think he's. I don't like the guy at all.
The big question: what
he has one of them faces
against Trent?
Stupid face, and he's got stupid tattoos as well.
He's probably a really nice guy, but you know, one of them people you just see and you just instantly don't like.
You know when like grown men say that, oh, when I was a kid I didn't like football. It makes me want to hit them. I don't know why. I know it's a bit biased.
Yeah.
But I heard him say it like he's like, I weren't interested in football at all. None of my family like it. I was like, bro, you just look like one of them guys as well that when was in school you only wanted to play with Hot Wheels and that, bro, and you didn't want to play football.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, listen, you know what? I'd leave it for Sunday, and you're gonna see the reason why Ben White can't play for England at right back, because when Diaz stands him up.
Right, let's talk about that now. Diaz. So I think Sunday, the Liverpool Arsenal game, I have a feeling it's going to be the game of the season so far. I think it's going to be an amazing game of football. Both teams only know one way of playing. I think they're just going to go at it. Look, everyone targets his Trent. It's going to happen. You know, that's what they're going to do. Try and get Martinelli on the ball as much as possible. It's going to happen. So we have to deal with it. And I think the same's going to happen for Arsenal, because if Ben White is playing right back again tomorrow for Arsenal, Kev, you gotta feel like Klopp wants Luis Diaz to continuously run at him, don't you? Try and make mistakes.
I hope he does as well, because that's arguably like one of the weakest parts of that Arsenal team. Or certainly the part of the back four you feel like you can get at, because like Saliba's played really well this season. I know Gabriel can make a mistake, but overall he's a relatively solid centre back. And even if they play Tierney or Zinchenko, both of them are probably stronger options defensively than Ben White. So and Diaz is that guy for us where he's just, you know, he does take people on and he still runs at people and he'll cut in or he'll go to the byline and stuff. He has a lot more variety in his game than I think Salah does at the minute, because Salah seems to be just cutting inside, trying to look for that shot all the time. He's not really doing these mazy runs or even taking it on the outside and looking for a cross or nothing like that. So Diaz up against Ben White is going to be a really interesting battle. I just really hope that Diaz does what he did against Rangers and actually runs at them, you know, actually pull Ben White into the box and make him make a decision, because that's one thing I've criticised Diaz a little bit about, is that often he receives the ball and he's always looking back inside to sort of play the pass or pick somebody out or what have you. And often I just think, just you know, take the shackles off a little bit and just go at somebody, you know, have him on the back foot, backtracking. And then, you know, he's hugely skillful. Just do something to try and go by him. And look, it's not going to work every time, but if you constantly do that throughout the game, you'll get by him on occasion, or you'll force him to make a mistake. You know, how many times have we said this season that Diaz gets the fullback on a yellow card and then never goes at him again? You know, he needs to, because you know, if he does, he'll make things happen, and you know that can only be good for us. So I think Ben White up against Diaz is a bit of a mismatch, but only if Diaz actually just goes at him, you know.
By the second half, they'll be putting Tomiyasu on. I promise. Just look around the 60th minute and be like, "Oh yeah, Savage did say that." Yeah, bro, he's gonna come on because Ben White's gonna get torn up. I can't wait, bro. And like they've probably had the best defense in the Prem, one of them, Arsenal so far this season, but they've still let people score goals against them. And Saliba's been great. But like I'm saying, I've seen people go at him and Gabriel, bro. You can score against them. Like a lot of the times, their forward got them out of trouble this season a little bit, which is what they're there for. It's not a problem. But even when like they played Leicester and like they'd score and then Leicester would score straight away and then they'd score again straight away. But they were leaking in goals, bro, and there were simple ones as well. Against Fulham, I know it was one goal that Fulham scored, but I seen the way Mitrovic was running at Saliba and Gabriel, bro. They couldn't handle him, bro. And then as soon as they played against speed in attack, Man, you beat them. And it's nothing to do with Arsenal playing shit because Arsenal had to play good in that game, but they can be got at. And that's why, for me, like Diaz and I hope Jota plays as well, so he can just run at them all game constantly. And that's why Nunes has to start as well. Can't give him no time on the ball to feel comfortable. They've been made to feel comfortable this season. Can only beat who's in front of them. So I don't agree when people go, "Oh, who have to play them?" That's stupid. Everyone's got to play the same teams. But when I look through them games and what everyone can write off Bournemouth 51 for every team, you know what I mean? They've been terrible. But I've seen them against Fulham, I've seen them against Leicester. And I know that they played excellent last week, but please analyze that game with like, I'm telling you, bro, Tottenham played a little bit better. They got in loads, bro. Son kept playing this stupid pass. You can get in against them, bro. There was gaps all over the place.
That's why
their passing was terrible.
That's what I was going to say. So when I've looked at the teams Arsenal have played, you're right that, you know, disrespectful just saying like they should beat them teams, but you've got to play as you play them. But the two main teams they've played so far this season, like the big teams, let's say, are Tottenham and Man United. Now with Man United, I think Arsenal are a very young team as well. They're a very young team, and I think they're a bit naive at times. And no one's taken advantage of their naivety yet. The only team that really has is Man United. Now, Arsenal, they push up. Arsenal have the highest line in the Premier League, by the way. It's not Liverpool. See how high Arsenal's line is. They push everyone up, yeah? And when you're playing against very quick counter-attacking teams, like Man United have got a very quick counter-attack if they want to use it, if they do it properly. Half the time, they don't. But if you've got Jadon Sancho, Rashford, and, you know, Martial, whoever is playing in that three, that's quick and they're not slow. You can use them properly and you can get benefit out of it. It's just that Man United don't know how to use that counter attack at the moment, but they did against Man United, against Arsenal, and I think Arsenal were a bit naive about it. Against Tottenham, I could see what Conte was trying to do. Conte was there to defend it deep, suck Arsenal in, and then use Son on the counter attack and Harry Kane dropping deep to start the creativity off. And they got in numerous times. I've watched that game back, and Arsenal won, but Tottenham arguably had the better chances.
Would it be fair, Jay, to say that Spurs versus Arsenal game is like watching a Liverpool game of old, where Liverpool like dominate possession and look like the better team and were the better team, but then the opposition always created 2 or 3 chances where we kind of felt lucky that we didn't concede, or Ali dug us out or something. I agree with you. That Spurs game, if it weren't for poor passing from both Kane and Son, they were in the positions, you know, getting up to the final third. They were there, but then they just they fluffed it. But I wouldn't say the final ball, but the ball before the final ball was better.
Yeah, that's the ball.
Well, there was one when Son took on 2 Arsenal players.
Oh man!
And I think
terrible pass to Kane.
He had Gabriel left and Harry Kane wide of him, and he just overhit the ball. He plays it into Harry Kane's path in front of him. Harry Kane scoring, and Arsenal are away. So Arsenal can be got at with pace, but I don't think Arsenal have yet played an attack like ours. Now this might be sound mad because we've not had a great season so far, but when this team clicks, I'm sorry, but when we click, we're going places again.
Yeah.
We got Darwin Núñez, Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, Mo Salah. I'm sorry, if them 4 are running at Arsenal on Sunday, we're creating chances and we're scoring. I know against
100%.
Rangers, everyone was said, right, them 4 all played, but we didn't score a goal from open play. Yeah, because we're not in form at the moment, and that will come. I don't care if we don't score from open play against Arsenal. We win 3-0 and it's all from set pieces. I'm going to give a shit personally. But them 4 players, if they do play, will create mayhem and chances. And with Arsenal, they like, as I said, they're a bit like Man City and Liverpool. Their fullbacks push up high. They start from there. Then they come inverted sometimes and try and overload the midfield area. If they do that against Liverpool and they leave space for Luis Diaz and Mo Salah on either side, they're going to be in trouble. And they've not really faced anything like that this season. They got it against Man United, but let's face it, Salah, Sancho and Rashford are not as good as Luis Diaz and Mo Salah. Spurs sort of tried it, failed a little bit. I think Spurs have had more success if Son stayed wide, because he came into that number 9 position a heck of a lot against Arsenal, didn't he? And left that left-hand side free too much. I think if they left him out wider and kept Kane right up top, I think Spurs would have even gave more trouble to Arsenal. So I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I think you're right. I think you're right. Son's a lot like Diaz, to be fair. Son wants to work so hard for the team. You know what I mean? Son meant well when he was making the mistakes in the last game, and it's because his team wasn't doing too much. And I don't think the way Conte plays football, not saying that Son can't play in that team because we've seen him do great stuff, but that's like anti-football to Son. You know what I mean? Tell him to stay in this one position and do this. It's weird to him. So he gets his head down and that's why he can just weave through people. You're like a kid at school when you're losing. But then he looks up and he's like, I'm panic stations now. And then he gives a bad pass. When Son composed himself, there's not many people better than him.
No.
And that's the same with when we're struggling, you'll always see Diaz grab the ball and say, fuck it then. I'll just run through these players on my own. And, Diaz has been great at that this season, but this is how it is, man. Arsenal can definitely... Bro, like, people don't get it misconstrued that me saying Arsenal can be gutted means that they've been bad, because Man City can be gutted as well. They're still the people playing the best football in the league. But
Man City's defence is as bad as ours.
Yeah, but it's just the way we play football.
Man City have not been great this season.
But it's even worse for everyone else, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just worse.
I know, but if you looked at Villa game and the Palace game, Man City should have lost them games.
Yeah, but they got an Android up front.
You ask Man City fans, they'll be honest with you and say, yeah, that's fine. We don't start that well anyway. And if that's their blip, they're laughing because they still won. So
they got an Android up front.
So when it comes to what's getting at, I think if we play the same formation, Jota is the difference, bro. I promise. I know it doesn't matter if he scores or not. He does not pick that position when the game started. Me and Cav spoke about this. Like, on paper there's a position for him, but when the game starts, he just does what he wants. He's got that whole license to go in and out of there like De Bruyne does. And Arsenal, they can't have tactics to pick that up yet because we don't even know what's going on.
Would you not start Bobby ahead of Jota? Just hold on. Because if you think about it, if you bring Jota on against a tired Arsenal defence, then he's going to kill Evans.
Well, I'll take, because I don't want to do too much of the team talks. We're going to do that.
I was about to say, the assumption would be what you just said, John, is the fact that we start slow again and let them score first. And I can't keep thinking like that. That's what I don't want to happen. So if we're going off the assumption that we start the game, Arsenal score in the first 10 minutes, then bringing Jota off the bench is great.
No.
I want to get to half time winning 2-0, and that for me have Jota on the pitch to do that, because if Trent's on it, he's built a bit of confidence. He's whipping the ball in the box. I want Jota there to header the ball in. Yeah. If Jota's running at people, which he can do, I want him running at people. Bobby running at people don't scare anyone, bro. Like, he's got the touch and the flicks and stuff, but him running at you is like it's slow motion, isn't it?
I've got a bit there's rumours that Thiago ain't going to play tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not that confused about that, to be fair. I've seen that he wasn't in the training.
So, but Klopp, everyone's a bit thingy about it because Klopp obviously did the injury update.
He said Thiago wasn't injured,
and he said Thiago was fine. But
everyone's got to remember when Klopp does that.
Before training.
I was just about to say that when Klopp does that press conference,
before
there's normally a training session going on at the same time as he's talking, or it's just about to start.
So he didn't. He did.
Because you even said that Curtis will be back before Robbo.
Yeah. So it's if there's no Thiago tomorrow, guys, how do we feel?
We should just be used to it.
Then it's Fabinho, Henderson double pivot.
They might play Hendo and Milner double pivot.
We should not be shocked. If Thiago isn't fit, we shouldn't be shocked.
No, certainly shouldn't. I want to know what it is.
No, I'm here for that still. Play Hendo and Milner double pivot, man.
Can you imagine if we have a Hendo Milner double pivot?
Listen, I'm just saying, if there's one formation that would suit them two playing together,
it's double pivot where they haven't got to run so much.
It'd be this one, bro. Just let them clatter, man, bro.
Can you imagine?
In the feed together.
Could you imagine?
It might be a good thing. The Arsenal players think they've got double vision because you can't tell those two apart now with the beards.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine meltdown tomorrow and some YouTube creators tomorrow?
I can't lie. I kind of want it just to happen to wind everyone up now, but I don't want to wind myself up and lose the game. But it'll be funny.
To be fair, look, guys, if we're playing 4-2-3-1 tomorrow or 4-4-2, whatever combination it is we go out on the pitch with, if Thiago's actually out and there's no Curtis Jones, you've got to play it. And we're playing that double pivot. Klopp settled on it. Then it is either Milner or Fabinho.
All I'm saying is how many times have you seen us lose with Hendo and Milner together, bro? It doesn't happen often. I'm just saying.
No, it don't happen often, but that's a combined age of a lot. And
United away
experience,
last season.
But I've got a feeling that I'm just hoping he doesn't go back to 4-3-3.
No, we can't do that. We can't.
But I have a feeling that he might.
What if he changes it in game though? What if he plays both formations?
Yeah, in game, I
don't
mind. Yeah, that's all right. But if
because I think that's likely to happen.
No, I don't think he can start with 4-3-3.
He might do that. No, Thiago. I got a feeling if Thiago is fit, we'll go 4-2-3-1 or 4-2-4 or 4-4-2, whatever it is, because it changes on the pitch, don't it? But if Thiago's not fit, he might just go back to 4-3-3 and play Fabinho, Hendo, and RB Elliott in the midfield.
I'm the same. Play the same formation. Play Hendo and Milner, man. Just do it.
Yeah. Play the double pivot. Fuck it. Why not? Let's just go.
I think one of the good things about mixing up the formation is you've given like the players like a little bit of like new hope. Because like they've been playing 4-3-3 for so long, it becomes stagnant, doesn't it? Whereas mixing it up, they now think, okay, there's a change here that might mean a change of like outcome and result. And like they've already had one good result playing this formation, so why not go again? If you go back to 4-3-3, we've not seen the benefit of that formation for such a while. It's like, well, why bother? Why go back? If 4-3-3 had been like, we'd had some games it was good, some games it was bad this season. I'd be like, okay, but we've played it every game this season and been, virtually outran and outplayed every game this season. So why go back to it? I would rather just play that formation. And the 4-2-3-1, sorry, and it not almost like play. It's a wild card. Just play it, and the outcome's the outcome.
I didn't say that though, didn't he?
Jimmy,
he said about unpredictability.
There's one question I want to ask you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on with Naby Keita? Obviously, Naby Keita was called up for internationals, but Jurgen Klopp has come out and said he's far from being fit.
I don't know. I don't think we've seen Naby Keita play for Liverpool again.
I think the Guinea coach has since come out and said he doesn't expect him to play for them international. So I think that
the thing with international coaches, they will call up a player even if he's injured, so they can test him.
If I was their coach, I'd call Naby up just in hope because he's their best player, bro. So
yeah, exactly. But international coaches, though, they will call up a player even if they're injured to give them their medical tests to see if they can play for their national team. That's why they're so much.
Right, so do any of us here think that Naby will ever play for Liverpool again?
Well, we got 6 weeks till the World Cup starts.
No.
Then by the time we come back, our next game after the World Cup is Boxing Day. Then you're going into the new year.
It's Villa, innit? Villa.
And then January is when Naby Keita can talk to other European sides and sign new contracts. Naby Keita.
I don't think we see him in the blue shirt ever again. I don't think we'll see him in the blue shirt.
I don't know if Naby's going to play we've got 6 weeks till the World Cup, as I said. I think Klopp is going to keep. I think with 6 weeks to go, I think Klopp's going to keep the majority of the team the same for 6 weeks and just change 1 or 2 every other game or something.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of rotation now.
Yeah,
And
I
then
agree.
it's
To be fair with
gonna
Naby, man, jokes aside on that, I'm not even going to make jokes about it anymore and all this business. You know, like that. I don't dislike Naby. I think he's a good footballer. I don't think he's shown enough at Liverpool. But, you know, hopefully he goes on and his career's not just dead, innit? You know, I mean, I don't want him to
one of
stay
them was
injured.
going to have a good career. Exactly.
So he's one of them. But for Liverpool, yeah, I mean, I don't know. You might have lived a bit of a dream playing in the Premier now, but it's kind of over now, and it's all right, bro. Sometimes things don't work out. It's not, you know what I mean. Salah didn't work out at Chelsea. Shit happens, bro. It's what, you know what I mean. I don't need to keep doing all this because let's be honest, bro. There is a thing where the way us fans talk about fitness and the way fitness is in real life is completely different. So like constantly saying, "Oh, you can't effing keep fit and blah blah blah." I'm like, it's probably not his own fault. You know, people's bodies just work different and that. No one goes out to get injured, bro. You know, if you was injured in real life just walking around, I wouldn't be calling you a dickhead because you can't stay fit to go gym tomorrow. You just get injured. It's just how it is. Some people's body types don't work in certain climates and different pitches and countries and all that stuff. Different styles of football. He might go to a different team, not have Klopp style of football, get his fitness back, and then be fine forever. And you know that happens, isn't it? But for me, there's no point. There's not even a point of him playing at this point unless everyone gets injured and he's fit. But there's not really a need for him. He doesn't offer our team anything anymore. So
I will say about the Thiago thing as well that I've not seen one tier 1 media source come out and say there's anything wrong with Thiago yet. Not a Paul Joyce or anything like that have come out on Twitter and actually said that there's not anything wrong with Thiago. So yeah,
Jamie,
COVID, usually if they're not said anything, it's probably COVID.
Jamie, you said that this game is probably the biggest game of the weekend, right? Probably one of the biggest games on like the calendar. It always happens. You know, there's always rumors of player injuries leading up to these games. Like, yes, he wasn't pictured in training, so there might be something in it. But I think when Klopp was asked in that press conference yesterday, I understand it was before the training, but I think people were saying that they sort of seen him after the Rangers game with a bit of an ice pack on or something. I think
he has ice pack on every time he gets substituted.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I just maybe I just can't quite believe it. He is out.
I think Cav had a meet and greet with him and gave him COVID, bro. That's what
I've got to think. Look, there's this conspiracy going around, and I saw it as well. So when Liverpool came off the team bus in the last 2 games against Ajax and Brighton, none of them had face masks on. When all the Liverpool players came off the bus, for the Rangers game, for the Rangers game midweek, everyone had masks on. So, and now there's no Thiago.
Got COVID.
Now there's no Thiago in the squad. I don't think Thiago's injured. Maybe he has just got the virus, and that's why he's out. Because if that's the case, fine. Everyone can get COVID. You know, it's not. You know, it's a virus. So if he's ill, at least that's all it is, and he's just ill, and he'll be back next week. So that's the thing. Because I saw it, I was like, hang on, why are they all wearing masks again? Like everyone was, manager, the players, all the staff, everyone was wearing masks coming off the bus, and they didn't against Ajax and they didn't against Brighton. So yeah, it's still COVID's still about, as we know, but yeah, maybe he's just got the virus. Maybe he's picked it up again, and that's why. And the players have just been. And obviously Arthur's out as well, which is the less we talk about that, the better. I can't remember.
Imagine your emergency loan signing to cover injuries gets injured. Like only
it was an emergency loan signing, but then the day he came in, once we played the game, he was fit. Everyone was fit. So that was like, you know, it's whatever, innit? Probably lies in the first place, bro. I've seen this before.
I bet the physio walked into his office in the morning and was like, no one's here. Like, and then he just called Klopp over. Yeah, send someone my way because I ain't got nothing on today.
The saddest thing about all of that is the players never know. Like what's going on with the higher ups and that, and what they want to portray to the media and fans and stuff. The players ain't in on it. They don't know anything, bro. So to them, it's just like, are you sure I'm fit? Because I'm feeling fine. Nah. You're in the red zone, bro. It's just like, are you sure? Because I ran a couple miles. Just listen. I said to you, run one more. Your hamstring will go. You're not playing, and this is all right. Science. This is what it is.
Science. Can't argue with science.
Nah, bro.
So if it is Thiago out with COVID, then
Then we got Milner, bro. Stop worrying.
I don't think he's injured. It just takes our creativity away a little bit. But
Does
Jay,
anyone?
We've
just-
got Milner,
just-
bro.
we got Millie there.
Does anyone on this panel believe we do go to a 4-3-3? And if you do, are we just disregarding Elliot? You think Elliot don't start this game?
If we play 4-3-3, Elliot plays. Yeah.
You
I
think?
think Elliot's coming off the bench. In this
I
game.
I do not think for one sec we go back to 4-3-3.
I think Elliot helps off the bench as well. I'll bring him and Carvalho off the bench in a certain part of the game, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think Klopp's even said it himself. Like yesterday, he said, like, we have got to be, we've got to, like, everyone, like Klopp basically admitting, like, people know how we play now. So we got to be
we need to start defending the shit out of the teams.
Yeah, and we got to be unpredictable. We have to
That's
be
my
more.
boss, man.
We have to be more unpredictable now.
Yeah.
And so he's even admitted that himself. So, and he made finger formations and tactics and said, and like he said, like, you might see multiple things change in games now. We've got to be a bit more unpredictable, but we've also got to defend better. And what he liked about the Rangers' performance, the formation he picked for that and the tactics he picked for that is that we defended a lot better. And I think he noticed that when he did change back to 4-3-3 towards the end of the game. Rangers had their two best chances and Trent got cooked in the last 5 minutes or so because we went back to 4-3-3. I don't know what it is with Trent and 4-3-3. Playing 4-2-1, 4-3-2-1, I saw Trent overlap Mo Salah. I was in shock. I was like, you're doing a right back job. You're not central midfield for once. It's brilliant. And, he was doing really well. And then as soon as we go to 4-3-3, Trent's like, all right, I'm going to become a central midfielder again. I thought, what are you doing?
It's instruction, Jamie. I'm telling you now. I believe it's instruction, But like, the good thing with 4-2-3-1 is like, you've got four attackers, and like all of them attackers are different. So then that gives you so many options going forward. Like none of Diaz, Jota, Nunes, and Salah are the same type of player, are they? So that's exciting. But also, they're the fittest and most energetic players we have. So if they're the guys that are doing the press as well, then that's even better for me. Like, and if you're reducing the amount of numbers you got in midfield through only playing two, well, then you're solving a problem of not having to play midfielders where you haven't actually got a lot of options. So I hope he sticks with the 4-2-3-1.
All right, boys.
Savage got
I got a client, bro. So I'll be back on later when you're doing the stream. Send me the link.
Right,
peace out, boys. It's been fun.
Cheers, Savage.
Stay away from people's aunties and that, bro. Ain't no one trying to get cold.
So just to go to this comment, we won game against one of the worst sides I've seen, Jamie. I wouldn't get carried away. See, right, the thing I'm going to say about that, if you go on a lot of Liverpool YouTube channels over the few days before we played Rangers, a lot of Liverpool channels, a lot of content creators were saying they expected Rangers to get a draw, either nick a draw or actually go in front first, take the opening goal and go in front first, and we win 2-1, get a lucky 2-1 win, a tight 2-1 win. So a lot of content creators, a lot of Liverpool fans have been thinking like that the few days before the Rangers game. Secondly, I saw Sheriff beat Real Madrid in the Champions League in the group stage. I've seen these not so good teams compete against elite sides and beat them. Sheriff beat Real Madrid. I saw a team, was it Greek team the other day, almost beat Man United. So, and the way we've been playing, that's why I'm saying, Rangers are not, they're not great, obviously, but they still got into a European final the season before, beating some teams. They beat PSV to get into the Champions League.
Facts.
So we got to be a bit fair on it. Yes, they're not Liverpool level, they're not great, but we're not great at the moment. And I think if we did play 4-3-3 for a whole 90 minutes against Rangers, I think we'd have been in trouble.
I don't think it's the fact that it's Rangers, and like I've already said earlier today, I thought Rangers were poor. It's not the fact it's Rangers. We're looking at ourselves because every single team that we've played this season, not one of them are a better side than Liverpool. Not one of them have got better players than us, man for man. But they're getting results against us and they're outplaying us. Yes. So we are looking at ourselves and going, we need to change something. And we did change something against Rangers, and we've seen really positive signs. Now, it might not work against Arsenal, and we might have to switch it up again. But I think a lot of fans are liking the fact that we're not playing particularly well. we feel like we want to see a change to then get a change of outcome and performance. And that's exactly what we're doing. So it's not the fact it's Rangers. It's just the fact that we're seeing signs that actually there's something we can maybe go with here, and it might actually get our season on track. I won't say back on track.
100%. When I seen that lineup, when I seen that formation against Rangers, that was the happiest I've been all season.
Well, it shows that he can change things up, because what we always say about Klopp is his stubbornness, ain't it? Like, his stubbornness don't change things. But
yeah,
he like, I'm just going for what he said in the press conference, that we've got to be, we've got to change things up because we're not playing well at the moment. And I also don't think Klopp trusts the back four completely at the moment either. Because when he said, when we were 3-2 up against Brighton last weekend, and he said, I didn't think we could hold on to the lead, tells you a lot. So he wants us to defend better, and defending better means controlling the game. Yeah. And we controlled the game against Rangers. And what I
think Jurgen Klopp's exact words were defend the shit out of people.
Yeah, he actually, because he said, I think, what did he say first? He said crap, rubbish. I think, and then they asked him again, and then he said it again and swore. I
think his first word was rubbish.
Yeah, that's it. He said rubbish. Yeah.
What I want to say is defend the shit out of people.
Yeah, Klopp swears like a trooper. I've heard someone say, I think it was one.
Klopp swears.
Klopp just swears, man. He just swears like a trooper.
He swears more than I fucking do, and that's saying something.
I'm not sure about that, John.
I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this for a second, guys. The Haaland situation. Yeah, so
double half two.
So it came out today that with bonuses on his wages, if he keeps scoring like he is, Haaland takes home 900 grand a week.
Do we have to talk about Haaland?
Well, that's what I want to get to, this Haaland thing. So everyone was saying, why didn't we compete for Haaland's signature and stuff like that? And I kept saying, why just Liverpool? Why didn't Real Madrid compete for Haaland's signature?
Because he's on nearly £1 million a week.
He's on 900 grand a week with bonuses. Now,
supposedly, yeah.
Well, apparently it's like a lot of other, like Mo Carter and things like that have come out and said that is the case. But you've got to get the bonuses go on top of wages. Now, a lot of our players get bonuses on top of their wages. Why? When the reports come out and you put Man City's wages next to Liverpool's wages, they're almost exactly the same for team wages, because Man City players probably get a higher base wage, but our players get a lot of bonuses on top of their wages. Yes. So when the wages come out, Liverpool's wage and Man City's wages are very close together. Like the whole squad. But it's 900 grand a week, man. And then you found out, what is it? It was the £50 million transfer, which they got down from his release clause. Don't know how that works. Then 40 million went to his dad. Then I think it was another 10 million to the agent, and then 900 grand a week. That is why, guys, Liverpool.
It was 20 million went to the agent.
Yeah, that's it. 20 million to the agent, and then 900 grand on bonuses. That's what. And look, he's going to score goals because that's what he does, and he's playing for one of the best teams in Europe who create him everything. He's going to get that bonus every week. Yeah. City know that. That is why nobody went in for him apart from Man City. And I've been saying this for a while now. PSG and Man City can do what they want in football. Literally do what they want in football, because PSG have got Mbappe on £1.5 million a week, and he's our director of football. It's ridiculous like that. Haaland's on 900 grand a week. It's just, you can't compete with it, can you? You literally can't compete with it.
No, and like I swear, like I don't know what stream I said it on before, but I was really annoyed after one game because all the commentators were like, Haaland, and he's only cost 53 million bargain in the summer, and I was like, this guy never cost that. Like nobody believed he cost that much because it was too good to be true. But then to hear the commentators going on about it, it's like, oh, for God's sake, give it a rest. Like, you don't even believe it. Like, shut up. But the 900k a week thing, right? It's crazy money. Of course it is. And like, compare it to like all the other top players in the league. De Bruyne or Salah and stuff, 300k, 350k a week, it's triple that, almost. So then you're like, is he worth it? But then to Man City, he probably is. And like to Man City fans, they're probably like, I don't care what he's on, because if this guy keeps banging hat tricks every week, they're going to win everything that's possible to them. So and on top of that, so on the pitch, they're probably thinking, okay, we could probably not pay him that and sign 3 other top players. But is it worth it? I'd rather have that gunman there that's going to bag hat tricks every week, or 1 or 2 goals at least, probably going to win on the Champions League and everything that comes with it. So on the pitch, they're like, yes, I'm paying whatever you want. Look how good he is. But off of the pitch, this is all part of Man City getting in players that bring attraction to their club. Because look, they've been owned. What was it? 2008. They were bought out by Sheikh Mansour, I think.
Yeah.
And the whole time since then, it's been about building Man City, building their brand, getting their brand across the globe, and start to get to the level that like the Liverpool, Man United, and Real Madrid, Barcelona are at, where they're like a global attraction. Look at when we do our preseason tours, look at all the fans that come out. We're globally followed. That's where they want to get to, and they can keep winning Premier Leagues and competing for Champions Leagues and stuff, but if you have the best players in the world in your side, it brings so much more attraction, because you'll watch it in the Champions League, all like the preview shows and like the intros and stuff. Haaland will be all over them, and that's only a good thing for Man City. So they probably believe that's a worthwhile investment. And look,
for Man City it is,
and we're only, I wouldn't say I'm jealous. Like, I'd love to have Haaland in our team, but I suppose this comes down to you as a fan. How much would you be comfortable paying a player like above the norms to get that quality in? I'm a bit like, one side of me is like, I suppose like the only way we can relate it as Liverpool fans was like the Salah situation, wasn't it? Like a lot of fans were like, he's not worth the money, don't pay it, go and find someone else that's out there. And a lot of fans were like, look, he's been our top scorer for the past 4 or 5 years. How can you not pay it? That's the going rate now. So it's
Remy, that's his we know him. That's his basic. Hang on, John. This is his basic 375, 400 grand a week. We know, but it gets, like Liverpool players, he gets a bonus increase on his wages for things he's doing at the moment, like his goals. So at the moment, Haaland is picking up 900 grand a week because of his bonuses are on top. But that's what's happening at the moment. It's look, that's why now can compete. Real Madrid, obviously, he's got a release clause that's activated in 2 seasons' time. I don't know if Real Madrid can afford him. I'm going to be perfectly honest right now, because Real Madrid pulled out the Mbappe deal because they couldn't afford him.
No, they can afford that money.
I don't know. They pulled out the Mbappe deal because they couldn't afford it. Can they legit look? And Man City made more money from player sales this year than they've done in a long time as well. So Man City are clearly aware that the money they were going to put on bonuses for his contract, they needed to even the books up a bit, and that's why they let a lot of players go this summer for high transfer.
Jimmy, did they pull out of that Mbappe deal thinking of Haaland in 2 years' time?
No, I think they wanted Mbappe over Haaland.
I don't know.
I'd have Mbappe over Haaland still.
Would you?
Yeah. I'd have Mbappe over Haaland.
I wouldn't. I'd rather have Haaland.
Because I think Mbappe can score you 30 goals a season.
Yes.
I mean, I know Haaland's going to score you more, but if I'm looking at it in the Liverpool team, if we had an attacker scoring you 30 goals a season, and Salah's getting 20 goals a season, Diaz is getting 15 goals a season, we're still winning the Premier League anyway.
Yeah.
So, but then Mbappe's a better footballer. Mbappe does more. He's a better footballer.
I'll go back to Calv's point. Man City are paying all this money for players. Yes, this is where Liverpool are starting to lack. And this is where I don't agree with Liverpool and don't agree with FSG, because we're starting to carry on as if we think we're a big club, but we're not acting like a big club. Because at the end of the day, if you want to have these top quality players, these world class players at your club, then you're going to need to start paying these world class wages.
Yeah.
And
Not
under this
900 grand a
ownership,
week,
no, 900 grand a week is ridiculous. But you get what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
Under this ownership, we're not going to do that.
But you know, we have the we're in the top 10 highest wages paid in Europe.
We are, but you seen the owners. The owners were effing on about whether to pay Mo Salah 400 grand a week. Now, for a world class player, 400 grand a week is about average for a world class player.
Only 6 players are on that in the world.
Mm.
But that's the kind of wages you're going to have to start paying. Wages are going to just keep going up and up and up and up and up.
Oh, I agree with that. It is ridiculous.
And if we want to compete on that level and have these world class players at our club, we're going to need to start paying them kind of wages.
I mean, we do have the third highest league wage bill in the league, though. Only Man United and City have more.
It's all like, the thing is, Joe, like the point you make, if Liverpool want to continue to compete, we're going to have to start paying these high fees and wages. But that's always been the case. Like, it's just that the wages are going up and up and up, and transfer fees are going up. And but there's more money in football now. So I suppose the question is how relative is it?
It is, but can we all know our owners? Are our owners willing to compete in that kind of market? I don't think so.
They're not going to compete in that market that Haaland's just been involved
There's
in.
only
That
3
transfer.
clubs that can, though, in Europe. That's Real Madrid, Man City, and
But we're not in the same.
Liverpool do have the money to go out and spend 200 million in a window. We have that money available. Just our owners will never ever do that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. With the wages thing, though, I think wages is a mad one, because, like Liverpool, we have the third highest wage bill in the country, but a lot of our wages, they have a lot. Baseline is decent, but then they have a lot of bonus on their wages. When you see the wages between City and Liverpool, you'd be shocked how close it is. It's not that far apart.
I'm not saying Liverpool should go out and pay someone 900 grand a week. That is fucking ridiculous. We should never do that. But we should be able to compete with these big clubs in terms of transfer fees, in terms of wages. And at the minute in time, we're not able to compete with Evans.
Joe, we can't know. Like, FSG aren't even in the same ballpark as the Man City and PSG owners.
Liverpool make the money where we can't compete. We literally can't compete with these. It's just the owners won't release the funds to be able to do so. I'm not asking for FSG to spend 200 million every single summer. I would love for FSG to go out and spend, say 150 million one summer. Bring the players in you need, and then maybe spend 20, 30, 40 million here and there just to balance the team out.
The problem with Man City is that I've been saying this for a while, and I get what you're saying, John. I do get what you're saying, I really do. But the problem with City, if Liverpool went and spent 200 million one summer, City would be like, we ain't having Liverpool chase us down. They're going to spend 400 million.
Yes,
I just think that's always going to be the problem. Yeah. And it's like with PSG, like, they stop their best players.
That's where I bring the point on. Have Liverpool outgrown FSG?
No.
Have we become too big for Evans?
Who knows? But look, the fact of the matter is, though, under FSG's rule, we have competed with Manchester City, and we have been the only team in England to compete with Manchester City. Roman Abramovich couldn't compete with Manchester City, and he's richer in FSG. So
I totally agree. But can we continue to compete with Man City under this?
I don't think anyone can, John. That's the thing. The thing is, what scares me about football in 5 years' time is that you're going to have super elite clubs like Man City, PSG, and Real Madrid, especially PSG and Man City, where they've got this unlimited wealth. They've got unlimited wealth. Their wealth is not matched. You can't count their wealth. It's not like, when Forbes magazine says Jeffrey Bezos is the richest man in the world, he's not compared to City and Newcastle owners and PSG owners, because you can't count their wealth. Their wealth is just money you can't count. There are unlimited funds available. And my worry in 5 years' time with football is that you go have these clubs that are just annihilate leagues. And like, this is what does Man United fans as well. What Man United fans don't realise, they all sing about we've won 20 league titles. That's what you hear Man United fans sing all the time.
Yeah.
And they hate Liverpool winning the Premier League, so they cheer on Man City. What they idiots don't seem to realise is, if none of us stop Manchester City, that 20 league title is going to be obliterated, by the way, by Manchester City.
Yes.
So this is what no one seems to understand. We've all got to come together to fight the big evil. Because at the moment, everyone's just letting Man City run. We're all just letting Man City run. They can do, like, getting Haaland, giving him 900 grand a week with bonuses. It's just madness. And he ain't going to leave in 2 years. Real Madrid won't be able to afford him. Real Madrid are waiting for Mbappe's contract to run out in 2 years. Then they're going to get Mbappe. They're just... And then you're talking about Bellingham. Right? Gundogan's out of contract at the end of the season. They ain't redoing it. He's off. Bernardo Silva might be off next season as well. They're going to buy Bellingham for 140 million, and they're going to give him 400 grand a week.
Sorry, Jimmy.
It's just ridiculous.
Jimmy, I just want, if you don't mind, I want to ask, Jamark left a comment, says, does John know that Man City make more money in revenue, the most money in revenue in football?
Yeah, man.
I understand they do. Yes.
I don't understand how they even do make the most revenue, by the way, either, which is a
But
weird one.
their revenue comes from where? It comes from within. It comes from the owner.
Well, yeah.
It comes from them sleeve sponsors that when you Google them, they're like,
employees.
Their address is like a post box.
They've got no employees.
It comes from the owner. The owner owns these
businesses.
companies.
They're sponsored by all these businesses, Manchester City. And if you actually look into it, like I said, Kev said, they literally don't have employees.
The sad thing is,
the people building the new Real Madrid stadium, their contractors are the people that own Manchester City.
Yes.
Do you know what's sad?
Unless I'm wrong, Real Madrid actually had a loan of Man City to build that stadium.
Yes, and guys, do you know where Chelsea's owners money's coming from? Newcastle. Todd Bowley has a thing with the Newcastle owners. Chelsea have got these secret backers. That's where all the money comes. Todd Bowley ain't actually spending this money. It's not his money. It's coming from secret players. And apparently it's from the Newcastle owners. It's just, we can't compare. This is what I'm talking about with football. It's going down a dark, dark alley that I can't follow. It's just...
This is the thing, though, Jamie. This is what frustrates me.
Sorry,
I think...
Apologies for that.
You're right.
Rangers are winning 1-0. Come on, Rangers.
The thing that upsets me, Jamie, just the final point, is that Liverpool, for me, not only from Liverpool fans, but from all other rival fans, bar Man City, we should really be held up as like doing the whole of football a justice in the fact that we're even competing with Man City. Because like, how many people, right, are saying that if it weren't for Liverpool, it would just be a farmers league because Man City would win every title, which, to be honest, they pretty much are winning most titles every year on year. But we are doing it in the way that it should be done. Like, let's face it, we are. I don't want to call them cheats, but they're cheats, aren't they? And we're the only team in this league that are still competing on the pitch, both in the league and in Europe. So we should be given credit. Like, we should be given credit for what we're doing and what FSG are doing, and stop being compared to people that have an infinite wealth. Like, I know it's frustrating because their wealth is the reason why they are so good on the pitch. But if you can't compete with it, then just move on. I know it's easier said than done, but just appreciate what we actually have. And that's a team that is No, I say still competing. We're not competing this season, but like you know, have been.
Yeah,
I think we're far from competing this season.
Guys, I know it's libelous, but Jesus Christ, I'm a little YouTube channel. I don't think they're even going to hear I said it. I wouldn't worry too much. But look, it's not a thing. Like Chelsea do have secret benefactors that are helping out with the money. That is truthful. There's just rumours that it's the Newcastle print. They probably ain't. It's probably Roman Abramovich behind the scenes who's never really gone.
We just need the powers that be, whether it be FFP or whatever. Just
there ain't no such thing as FFP when you're rich.
Just do what you frigging outlined. You want to do.
When you're mega rich, there's no such thing as FFP. Now, Man City broke the rules. We know they broke the rules. UEFA tried to take them to court. UEFA didn't do their paperwork in time, so Man City got away with it. Mm-hmm. So Man City they're doing clever business. They're they're ultimately rich. You know, how you can have the number one revenue in the world when you're not the biggest team in the world supported over the world. You've not got nowhere near the biggest stadium, and you haven't got the biggest advertising. How can you be the number one commercial revenue team in world football? How can you be when Barcelona have got 100,000 seat stadium, Real Madrid got an 80,000 seat stadium and the biggest face in football, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Man United? How can you be number one in commercial revenue? It's a bit iffy. Come on.
Yeah, they don't fill out the stadium. They don't have global fans quite like as Man United do. They're on telly as much as Liverpool, but not more than a lot more than other people. Like I know that they finish top of the league and they
only have 5 fans.
Like we just have to be real here. Like it's clear what's happening. It's just we hope
no one can do anything about it.
Yeah, and no one is doing anything about
it. Their lawyers are better than their lawyers.
Yeah,
but we've got to stop using it to compare ourselves against because it's not the same. It's not the same playing field.
There's just nothing you can do, and unfortunately, my problem is I see a lot of that happening in the next few years. You just hear apparently Bournemouth have just been taken over by an American billionaire as well, putting £120 million bid for Bournemouth that's just been accepted. So another American owner in the Premier League. You know, it's just clubs are finding it hard.
Yeah, footballer landscape is changing. You know, it always changes. It always evolves and changes. But of late, there's been a lot of investment from America, and that's changed the way clubs run and how they operate. And some people might like it, some people might not.
If we got a Saudi or an Arab or whoever took over Liverpool Football Club, and we had the money of Newcastle or Man City. Watch me be the biggest hypocrite in the world. I'm not even joking. Watch me be the biggest hypocrite in the world because I find it disgusting. But you watch me. I'll be like, yeah, we'll have him, paying what they want. The thing is, though, because Liverpool are a much bigger club than Manchester City and Newcastle, if we had that sort of ownership, do you know how big we would be? Do you imagine the players? It wouldn't be a problem. Oh, you want Bellingham, Jurgen? No problem. Or it's just out right now. Who else do you want? Because when Man City came into their wealth, they had to buy a certain level of players to get up, didn't they? Same with Newcastle now. But Liverpool. You just go, right, who do you want? Right, let's go for it.
The thing is, though, Jamie, the funny thing is, if Liverpool were bought out by one of them type of owners, and we got unlimited funds, we'd still be competing in with Man City in the same way.
Yeah. But
we'd still only be a point or two, wouldn't it?
We'd be able to go, right, you got Haaland, right, okay, right, who should we go and get?
We'll get Mbappe, we'll still do 90
points. We'll go and get Mbappe. We'll go and get Barella and Bellingham for our midfield. Yeah.
It's when you look at it that way, and you still lose the league. It's like, oh Jesus Christ! I'd rather have just been owned by the legitimate guys.
I mean, it is just sport. Everything's sports watching. When you're that rich, sports watching, it's just mad. It's just Trust me, LFC are so big. Saudi owner will take Liverpool at some point. I think they will.
I've got a big theory on this.
I think FSG will sell one day.
If you look at what's a company called now? Is it DIC?
Yeah. They tried to buy Liverpool before, didn't they?
DIC have tried to buy Liverpool at least 6 times. They
Yeah.
actually made an offer about 2 years ago to FSG for 3 billion.
Yeah.
Now, the guy that owns
FSG won a world record. They won a world
the
record.
guy that owns DIC is actually a Liverpool fan. He's Liverpool support. His whole family supports Liverpool. Now I know people that support Liverpool don't want oil money in the club for reasons. Yes, I understand that. But if this guy bought our club, then I guarantee you now, he would spend money not just because it's business, but he would spend money because of the love he has for the club. If he didn't have love for the club, why would he keep trying to buy us? He's went in at least 6 times now.
Yeah, DIC owner tried to kidnap his own daughter.
He did. That's what I'm saying. There is argument against not having this guy own our club. There is.
He's dodgy. He is super dodgy. But again, guys in the chat,
you say about every single owner of a Premier League club. Every owner in a Premier League club has secrets in their closet.
I think, everyone does. But you watch me be super hypocritical. I'm telling you, even if he became our owner, I'll be like, I'll be like hypocritical like hell. Watch me. And because I'm saying, because we are Liverpool, and we don't have to, start where Man City started. That's what would scare everybody. By the way,
yes.
If Liverpool got taken over by that sort of owner, they're like, shit. Now Liverpool they're Liverpool, so they can buy anyone anyway. Now they can literally afford to buy anyone. It's just
rival fans won't be able to banter us because we actually have history and heritage.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't. It's just
we were already at the top and we've just been bought out. So it's like, what can you banter us with? You can't just say we've been pulled out of nowhere.
When you've got no money and you're shopping around Asda's for your weekly shop, yeah. And all of a sudden, one day you get this check or you get a bit of money.
Been there, done that, Jimmy.
Jesus Christ! You're like, oh wow, right, love, put the Asda trolley away. We're going Waitrose, and you're walking around the shop like that. Yeah,
you're leaving one supermarket to go to the next one.
You're like, I've got a bit of money now. Yeah, put it in there. That's not count up as we go. When sometimes you got to count up as you're going on to make sure you got enough when you get to the end. Till you're like, fuck it, just put it. Come on.
I've been there. I've been there. There's been times in my life I'm walking around supermarkets, fucking adding shit up on the calculator.
Just putting shit in the trolley. You're like,
check the money. Fuck, if I get enough for it.
That's what Man City owners are like. Yeah, it don't matter. We don't need to count it up before we get to the field. Just throw it in the trolley.
They're like, Dortmund are like, yeah, that's so we're gonna write on the contract 54,300,00050, and they're like, just round it up, just round. I can't be punching that into the account.
Round 60 million. What? Round it up. Do you want to give the charity?
But even with their bad history in the dodgy stuff they've done, if they were to come back in and buy Liverpool, would you accept them as owners?
I'd accept it. I've told you, I am hypocritical to the end.
Depends, because like the thing is, we love Liverpool, don't we? And like we want to watch our team, and we're immersed in it. We want to see what the players are doing on and off the pitch. Like we want to see what the manager's doing. Like we buy into it all. And like if the owners changed and Liverpool became even more successful, it'd be very difficult just to switch off from it all, wouldn't it? It'd take a lot of willpower to just completely ignore it, because let's face it, like a lot of us here, and I'm sure a lot of people in the chat as well, a lot of us like know when all the Liverpool games are, and we try to plan our lives around it and everything. So it consumes us, regardless of how well we're doing or not.
Oh man, same. Newcastle owners have a journalist. Yeah, I won't read that. Yeah, but yeah, I'll get you, Mark. I'll get you. I can't read that because of thinking. I remember Sammy and the DRC Dubai were interesting, but yeah, 2006. Look, the thing is, right, FSG are not going to sell Liverpool right now because it makes money. Why would you sell something that makes money? It makes no sense. So, and also, when the new stands built, they're going to get more commercial revenue and make more money. So I think they're going to want to sit on that for a few more years yet. But I think there's going to come to a time when they will look at it because of the way the future, as I said, the next 5 years is scary, the way the football's going. I think they might look at it and go, we can't compete at this level. And to compete at this level, we're going to lose money. So FSG don't want to lose money, but to compete at that level in the next few years, they're going to have to lose money. And they're not going to want to do that. So that's when I think they might sell up. But they will get a world record for Liverpool. They're not going to sell for anything less than 6 billion, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This is where I think once this new stand is finished, I think that's when they'll sell up.
Yeah.
Because they'll realise that
I think they'll wait a few years.
They're going to start losing money to keep Liverpool at the top level. They will start losing money. So their biggest value is when this stand is finished, sell Liverpool at their best and make hell. Don't get wrong. People seem to forget, if FSG sell Liverpool tomorrow for say 5 billion, they're making around
only bought
£4.7 billion profit.
Yeah, make a huge profit. But I don't think to be fair, I don't think they're going anywhere for years to come yet. Years to come.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, I just don't see. I think the day they leave is because they can't afford to keep up with everybody, to be perfectly honest.
They might wait and see if like the Super League rears its head again, or something. They might see how
that is coming back around. I guarantee that comes back around.
Yeah, like the new Champions League format. They might just wait and see how much impact that has on finances and stuff. New stand, yes. There's also they'll also look at the playing squad and try and estimate how much that needs reinvestment. They'll look at a lot of things. They might look at other teams in the leagues as well, and they'll know if other owners are kind of putting the feelers out looking for clubs and stuff, and they might look at who in the league might be bought out and try and undercut that kind of sale or something. I don't know. There's loads of factors.
Could you see FSG? Could you see FSG selling Liverpool and going on to buy another smaller Premier League club?
Quite possibly, yeah. Because the thing for them is to have these sports franchise in their portfolio, isn't it? So I don't know. It comes down to what their investors and stuff want, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't see them selling for a long, long time. As I said, when you got something that makes you money, you're not going to let it go, are you? You don't let something go till the day it can't make you money anymore, or you have to put too much into that business and you're going to start losing money. That's the only time. You actually you sell a business. Big up, Spider. See you soon, mate.
Yeah, exactly. You sell it when you believe it, so to speak.
Yeah, that's the only time when you sell a business, ain't it? I mean, if you're making profit and you're making good money and everything's harmonious and you're building that product and you're still building it at this moment in time, you don't sell now. You sell when the time's right. And I think FSG will probably sell eventually one day. Might not be 5 years, might not be 10 years time. It all depends on the landscape of football. That's what it comes down to. And as Cav says, it's Super League stuff, the Champions League, the way it's going to be. They'll want to know what, with the new Champions League, because it's next season the Champions League changes, isn't it? And they're going to want to know what is it going to be like for commercial, what revenue we're going to get out of this. Because the reason the owners changed it to the Super League as well is because UEFA gets so much money and they don't split it rightly. They don't split the money fair enough between all the European clubs. They keep so much of it to themselves. And that's why the owners wanted the Super League, to share the money equally between everybody.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So they'll want to see, they want to see the difference. 1-0 City, Cancelo. There you go. They held off for 20 minutes.
If you weren't watching that game through whatever means, switch off now. It's pointless.
Do you see the Super League coming back and being accepted if there is a promotion and relegation system?
it depends how everyone takes to this Champions League. If the new changes of the Champions League are looked upon like by fans and clubs as like, nah, this is cack, man. This is cack. Then the people that own the Super League might be like, right, so we got something very similar. We know you didn't like it last time, but these are the new plans now. What do you think? And you might have more of an argument because let's face it, UEFA have made the Super League themselves, ain't they?
Yeah.
Just with the UEFA name. You look at the new UEFA Champions League format, it's no different to the Super League in a way. It's a league. You know, more groups. It's a league now, ain't it? And you have to play more games than before. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it all depends how it goes. I love UEFA, so I love being in European football. It's tradition. I don't think there's anything wrong with tradition, to be fair. I think you just got to make... I'm sick of... What I don't like is I think the Champions League should be the best of the best. I don't like opening it up for... It might sound horrible, this, but I don't like opening it up to smaller teams. I don't think they should be in it. I don't see what the benefit is. It's like the World Cup, making the World Cup bigger so smaller nations can have a chance of playing in the World Cup. That's not what it's meant to be about. It's meant to be the best facing the best. You know, you don't want, these smaller countries trying to make World Cups when they're... It shouldn't be about that. It should be... Sport should still be the best of the best going at each other for the major prizes. You can't just put little teams in there like UEFA looking at these little nations that never get a chance. So I'm sorry, but you're putting them into a competition that they're just going to get. They're there to be fed by the bigger teams. That's all I can see. Like you're putting Sheriff into the Champions League, right? They're just getting fed to. They get there to be fed to the bigger teams. You're moaning about, we don't want to see this team versus that. We want to see Liverpool versus Man City more, and Liverpool versus Real Madrid, in Champions League more. And so I think it was the Real Madrid owner who said, the president said, Liverpool and Real Madrid have only ever met each other 7 times in Europe. Good. I like that. I don't want to play them every week.
That's the thing, isn't it, Jamie? Like the club owners, they want to play each other more often because it'll get like more revenue, make more money. But us as fans, we like that, like the rarity of competing with these teams, because then it makes it more. It puts more value on it, makes it more special, and that's like the beauty with.
If you're playing Man City, you're playing Real Madrid or Barcelona or Bayern Munich every single week, the fans are going to start getting bored of that. So the fans aren't really going to want to go see that every single week.
I don't know though, like fans like you and I and Jamie John, like we've been watching, football for at least 2 or 3 decades. So that's what we're used to. But there is a new age of football fans, that maybe they only want to see the superstars and like they follow players and not clubs. So then they want
that's how football is now. Yeah. No one really supports the club anymore.
You can't,
especially young guys.
In my opinion, you can't change football. In my opinion, is changing too much. So that you can't. What's going to be next? You going to try and take Anfield out of Liverpool, move Anfield to fucking New York?
Well, they do that in America, don't they? They move franchises. I mean, I think Jamrock will know more in this than me being an American, but I think in America they can the owners can move a franchise to another state, can't they? I think it didn't happen with the Raiders.
It's happening with a lot.
Did they move from Oakland to LA or something like that? I'm not quite sure.
That's American sport. You can't move Anfield out of Liverpool.
No, did you see that that piss take thing about Chelsea calling them the London Broncos or what? No, what is it? The London Cowboys or something like that.
Yeah.
Because Todd Bowley sort of like mentioned it a little bit, but it was like piss take version of it. But could you imagine that? Yeah, like Edward knows. Like the Rams say St. Louis to LA and the Raiders from Oakland to Vegas. So yeah, it's just. But they're still called like. So what do the Oakland Raiders, who they were originally called? So the people in Oakland support the Rangers. That's their American football team. They love them. And then the following day they get told, right, you know what? We're moving this franchise now to Vegas. They're going to be the Vegas Oaklands. And they're like, what we do? Well, just
Exactly.
No, America's huge. I can't go from Oakland to Vegas.
I don't see how that can ever happen. I
You
don't.
imagine that. You imagine, right, Liverpool, right. We know you're in Liverpool, the northwest of England, but there's more money down south. So you're now you can become now London Reds.
Oh fuck! Don't, Jimmy. Don't give FSG any ideas, please.
Look, I'm guarantee you right now, I wouldn't be surprised if they've heard all these ideas and spoken.
Oh yeah,
They all spoke about it.
Like us as fans,
Franchising.
we look at it and we're like, we want to keep it as it is. We know what we like. We don't want to change it.
Franchising is massive.
But when you're a business and a club owner, you don't look at what the club is. You look at the entire market and you see what their demand is and what they want, and then you try and implement it into the clubs in the leagues. And like sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. But there'd be all these crazy ideas. You know, this Bowley's coming out with some mental stuff, but all the clubs would be doing tossing up these ideas.
But why don't we play an all-star game? What are you talking about? An all-star game?
An all-star game happens every week in the Premier League. To be fair.
Are you smoking fucking crack or something?
Billions in revenue granted by UEFA in 2018 to 2029. UEFA kept 1.2 billion. Jesus Christ. That is why they wanted the Super League. So
exactly. That's what you were saying. Like the clubs know that they're the ones that
they're entitled to more money. That's the thing.
because they're the ones that got the players and got the support to bring these eyes to the channel or to the TV to watch it, but they're not getting the main cut of it. So that's why you
didn't want to lose Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Man United, you know, these sort of teams, because if they go to the Super League, then the Champions League's going to be filled with Tottenham and teams like that who, let's face it, UEFA would not want to market them sort of teams.
Yeah,
they're not going to be marketable for them and not going to make money for them, and everyone's going to switch over. If you've got a Super League, you can imagine having a Super League game, because this is what the Super League would do, because they'd be bastards about it. They would make sure their games are exactly the same night as Champions League games.
Yeah.
Right? And then you've got a choice to make as a viewer. Do I want to watch Liverpool, Real Madrid in the Super League, or do I want to watch Anderlecht versus Tottenham in the Champions League? And as a viewer, you go, oh, I'm going to watch Liverpool, man. Real Madrid.
Don't make me laugh.
That's the problem.
What makes me laugh even more is Arsenal trying to enter a European Super League.
Oh, I ain't got a problem with Arsenal trying to enter it, because my problem was Tottenham trying to enter it.
Arsenal Tottenham have no European Super team.
They don't have no European pedigree, no, but they're a bigger team and they're a bigger side.
But how the fuck can you enter a European Super League with no European titles?
No, well, they got a Cup Winners' Cup, ain't they? But Tottenham entering the Super League was the one that made me laugh. What? Who invited them?
It's ridiculous.
Do you know what it'd be interesting to see, like the money that the Champions League makes, and then like the revenues for the Europa League and then the Conference League, to just see like the comparable money and like how much they make and how many views they get and stuff, because obviously that's a bit of a tiered system, isn't it?
It's just a madness. It's just City 1, Southampton 0, 29 minutes gone. Everyone's turning your tellies off now. There's no like. There's Newcastle 2-0 up against Brentford. I said I think I've got a feeling Brentford might be in trouble this season. These are the Saturday games today. Bournemouth 0, Leicester 1, Chelsea 0, Wolves 0, Man City 1, Southampton 0, Newcastle 2, Brentford 0. And the 5:30 game is Brighton versus Spurs, which will be an interesting game.
That's going to be a boring 1-0, I tell you now, Jerry.
That's like I fancy Brighton in that. I don't know why.
They play the better football, don't they? Out of the two teams.
But we desperately need a win. We're on 10 points, man. We have got to beat Arsenal. It'll put us on 13 points, and that'll still only put us 7th. And then you got Newcastle on 14, Chelsea on 14, Brighton on 14, Spurs on 17, Arsenal 21, Man City at the moment on 23. Jesus Christ.
We'll have to talk later, Jamie, about how which team out of us and Arsenal needs this result more. And we'll do probably. You're going to do a combined 11 as well.
Yeah, I'm going to do all that. So tonight 8 p.m. guys. Well, actually 9 p.m. because I think someone can't make it till like 9 p.m. So we're going to go 9 p.m. tonight, guys. And because I've got to go and do something as well, and I might not be back quite for 8 p.m. as well. So we're going to be live at 9 p.m. guys, and yeah, we're going to go through the whole proper preview of Liverpool Arsenal, talk a lot about Arsenal as well and about their strengths and weaknesses. We're going to try and do a combined 11, and we're going to pick our 11 for the team as well. So we're going to end it there, guys. Make sure you're back for a 9 p.m. tonight, guys, and you back then, Cav, if you're feeling up to it.
Yeah, well, like I say, I've cancelled all my plans, so I'll be stuck in the house.
If you're feeling rough, just sit it out. But if you're all right, you're more than welcome, mate.
Yeah, okay.
John, you're more than welcome as well. You know that.
Nah, but I'll always be there. Always be there.
Sweet. Right, guys. So we'll see you at 9 o'clock tonight, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Just don't watch the Man City game. Just ignore it. See you later.
Cheers, chat.